And there we go. Oh, excellent. We're going to start standing today. So come to the center of your mat or the top of your mat. Typically, we practice with yoga in our bare feet. If you feel more comfortable with socks on, go for it. And have some blocks, maybe a blanket, ready and available. Let me make sure I've got my microphone working well. Okay, we're good. Here we go then. We'll shake out the day. Maybe shake out the hands. Shake out any energy that's stuck from the day. Shake your arms out, shoulders, torso, hips, and the legs. And then come to standing and give it a little hop, 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 hop. Just really loose. Plant right and left leg. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Exhale back down to your side. Inhale, steady Ujjayi breath. As the arms come up, concentrate on expansion. The arms come back down to your side. Concentrate on the contraction or the release of the breath. Inhale, overhead. And exhale. We just hit the spring equinox where you have equal light, equal dark. Inhale. And now we're moving into that period of time where light is flourishing. We're increasing in our day, decreasing in the night. And all things are popping out of the earth. So we have that spring up quality. Sometimes this triggers us emotionally to move in or step into something new. And this month of March into April is a good time. In fact, this week is a good time to really set yourself up for the next 3 months in how you want to show up. So the things that we're doing today to help promote energy, help promote what you are wanting more of in your life. You can settle in and take a moment to integrate intention and infuse it in your practice here. So take a deep breath with the mudra, unshakable trust mudra at the heart center, and set an intention not only for the practice, but for the future days ahead. How do you want to feel? What do you want to accomplish? Or set your mind on? And have the determination to make it happen for sure. The lighting looks pretty dark in here. I'm not quite sure why that's happening. Oh. That's better. Inhale. Take the arms wide, flatten the palms, and circle. You're going to warm up the arms. As you breathe in, look to one side, left side, and then as you breathe out, look to the other side. Inhale and exhale. Stand up nice and tall. A coordinated effort. Inhale, looking one side, exhale, looking to the other side. Remember which way you started. We're inhaling left, exhaling right. Inhale and exhale one more time. Keep the fingers pointing up, bring the arms overhead and touch the fingers together, flat palm to the ceiling, and then exhale, keep the flat palm. And just bring it to your side. Inhale overhead and exhale back down to the side. Inhale overhead, exhale down to the side, and then take a few shoulder rolls and release it 10 deep breaths, bringing the shoulders, shrugging up to the ears, and then exhale, let it drop. Ha, like that. Ha, 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 ha. Big breath in. Exhale the hands, arms halfway down, palms still flexed, and we'll go to the back wall. Tiny circles. Pull the ribs in, anchor the shoulder blades on the back if you wish. So we don't want the whole torso moving like this. All right, keep the torso very still and steady and strong, capable, feet plugged into the earth. A nice confident stance. Let's go 10 more. Looking one direction. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Well, it takes a little bit more coordination for me to do that when my palms are circling back. And bring the head center. You can always keep it centered too if you get off. And then flex the palms, fingertips pointing down, and bring the arms overhead. So we touch the back of the wrist, keep the flexion going, and touch the tips of the fingers here. Inhale overhead. Exhale to the bottom, full range of motion, or as much motion as works for you. Inhale, we want to wake up and strengthen the shoulders. Exhale, last time, inhale. Arms up overhead, exhale, touch the fingertips together and hold. Drop the chin to the chest. Full breath in, full breath out. And relax the arms, shake it out again. 10 more breaths with the shoulders coming up. Ha, and drop. Ha, 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 ha. Ha. Release it. Good. We'll take a fire breath and then we'll start some movement here. Before we do fire breath, let's just take the ear to your shoulder, stretch the neck out a little bit. So you're still nice and tall, shoulders spread wide, clavicle open here, and then ribs plugging back in towards the center. So you feel a little sense of lengthening in the low back, the tailbone moving towards the floor versus it popping up or tipping up like this. Very, very subtle. We want to, and the low belly up. So the rib and the hip come towards each other without losing this openness through the shoulder. And we'll hold that steady, ear to shoulder, and then take the right arm up and around, taking a hold of the head, push the head into the hand, and extend your left arm out. And this gives your neck a nice little stretch. And if you feel any tension at all, you don't have to use the hand, you can just use the ear to shoulder. Many ways to do this. You can bring the arm down, flex the fingers, really start opening up through the neck and shoulder. Drop your chin to the chest and do a slow half circle to the other side. Ear to shoulder. Left arm around, giving it a hook, a left hook, in fact, around the ear. Push the head into the hand. We're going to just open shoulder to ear, extend the left arm out, right arm out, or at the base of the side, the hip. When I flex my fingers and draw the wrist to my hip, I get a deeper stretch through the shoulder. Do what works for you. I'm going to drop the chin to the chest and bring the head back to center. Inhale, stretch the chest open. Exhale, bring the chin to the chest and stretch the back of the neck. We're going to round it just a little bit through here. So we're going to take it open. And then exhale like you're taking a big beach ball and hugging it. So you really want to pull the ribs in and get that head to tailbone tucking action. And then we invert it. Inhale and exhale. So a good range of motion, not your full back bend, not your full forward fold, but a nice range of motion, maybe a 90 degree. If we take a measurement for the full range. And then bring it to center. Take the arms in a high V and we'll do Kapalabhati or fire breath. Thumbs are extended, the fingers pulling in here. We'll inhale and then exhale and begin. Short staccato, pushing the air out, 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 out. A passive breath in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Don't force it. Just force the air out. That's already 20. Okay, 40. Exhale all the air out. And then breathe in, bring the thumbs together at the top, extending the fingers, and hold the breath in. With Mula Bandha, pelvic floor lift. Press it all the way through the channel, the Sushumna, energy channel that follows the spine out through the crown of the head. Exhale, release it. So at the top of that breath, when we're finished 54 rounds of Kapalabhati, we'll exhale all the air out, pause, inhale, and hold for quite a bit of time. Let's see if I can get a little more light to show up on my screen. It looks dark and I'm not quite sure why. It must be the time of day for whatever reason. So one more set. Here we go. Arms overhead, thumbs extended, fingers coming in. Big breath in and begin. I'll show you from the side what this looks like. Exhale, 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 exhale. Keep going. I'll keep count. Exhale all the air out, pause. Inhale. My cat's really talkative. Bring the thumbs together, extend the fingertips to the sky, and then hold the breath in. Hold. And exhale, release the arms back down, take a shoulder roll. And come to the top of your mat. We'll take a full breath in as we go through a sun salutation. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, drop the head towards the feet. You can do this with bent knees the whole time. And as we come up, do bend the knees, flatten through the back and rise up. Palms together at your heart center, and we'll take it again. Inhale, reaching up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale all the way to standing. Bend the knees to rise up. Press down through the floor. And hands to heart center. And put as much energy into this as you can muster. And then when you need a break, we'll take a break. You can take a child's pose, but while we're at it, as the arms come overhead, it's not a flop arm. It's really extended all the way through the body. Press down through the feet. So full energy body. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the right leg to the back edge of the mat. And we're going to stay in this low lunge where the hips lower a little bit and you're looking forward. Inhale, straighten the front leg and pull the toes up from the floor. So it's in a flex position. Dig the heel in and pull back slightly until you feel your hips square a little bit. And we'll come back into the lunge. back and forth. You need a wide enough stance that you can actually feel like you're in a lunge, but when you come to the lunge, but not too wide that you can't lift the hips, right? A block would be super handy here. Inhale, raise the hips. Exhale, lower. If you like me, I'm quite a bit stiff today. And we're going to step it all the way back into downward facing dog. Inhale, come to the top of a push-up. Bring the knees to the floor, chest and chin, elbows lifted. Inhale, low cobra. And exhale, back into downward dog or a child's pose if that's appropriate for you. We'll lift the right leg to the sky. On an inhale, bend the knee, open the hip. So right here, we're going to rotate through the ankle. And then we're going to take the right knee under the body to the left elbow, right elbow, and then sweep it back up in a straight motion and do it again. So the knees traveling left, right, and then all the way back around. You can do that any way you like. You just want to circle the hip and get some mobility in there. That's a great thing to do as well. And then we'll step the right leg all the way to the top of your mat. Push off with the back foot. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold in. Inhale, let's come all the way to standing. Arms overhead. I'm losing my britches a little bit here. There we go. And then bring the hands to your heart center and we'll do it again. Inhale, stretch high, root down strong, full body extension, forward fold. As you exhale, left leg this time is the one that's going to step back and you get to lower the hips. So we feel that deep stretch in our low lunge, and then shift the hips side to side, a little swinging action. Because we're very linear beings. We're usually going forward, so we're in that sagittal plane. And this side to side is that more frontal plane. Inhale, raise the hips, flex the toes, bring the heel to the floor and press it down. So we're opening up the posterior chain. And this is what it looks like with a block inside the ankle. And back into low lunge. Inhale, lift as you straighten the leg. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, lift, exhale, lunge. Make it with ease and grace. Use the full body, but with, let's see, conserving as much energy as possible. So we don't have to be going up and back like this. It's just lift the hips, straighten both legs, and then lower the hips. So the torso is not having to do so much, giving out so much energy. Step your right leg back. Downward facing dog again. This should feel a little more even at this point. Let's take the left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip, and rotate through the ankle. Yeah, we'll take the knee and cross it under. So right elbow, left elbow, big figure 8. Or just circle the hip. You can do that from the knee. You can do it from downward facing dog. You have so many choices here. So pick one that's right for you. Step the left leg all the way through. Push off with your back foot. Now we come forward again, inhaling to extension, tabletop, exhale, fold in. Inhale, let's come all the way up to standing. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Already that feels so much better, right? Movement, motion is the lotion. Movement can help us release tension. Inhale the arms up, over to your right side. So we'll take a hold of the left wrist and just take a big side stretch. So we're doing one of these right from the side. It's going to look like I'm in a two-dimensional plane. Pull the ribs towards the hip. We're that rib anchor. One more breath. And then use your left oblique to lift back up to center as you inhale. Swap the hand that's holding the wrist. Exhale over to your left side. Full breath in, full breath out. Hold here. Staying out of the low back. And keep the neck nice and long. Using your right oblique. Oh, lift it back to center, hook the thumbs, and then take it towards the back wall. So lift up and over. Strong through the legs. And lifting the heart upward. Keep the arch out of the low back. So by pushing the hips forward a little bit and lifting more through the heart, you can obtain a lengthening in the low back. Inhale, come back to center. So we're neutral spine. And exhale, take a forward fold. Bend the knees here to get the fingertips to the floor. Check out the back. Make sure it's not in harm's way. And then leg to the back edge. Spin the heel. And come into a side angle. So the forearm, left elbow comes to the left thigh. The right arm comes all the way around. Super strong and stable. This is a form of warrior. I'm going to lift it back to warrior two and reverse the warrior. Inhale comes through warrior two and to side angle, touch the earth. Inhale back to warrior two and switch sides. Go across at the arm and then take it to the right side. Reverse the warrior. Exhale, side angle, forearm to the thigh. Inhale, let's reverse it. Exhale, side angle, take it to the earth. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, back into warrior two. And we'll switch to the first side. Let your gaze reach out over the front fingers. Reverse the warrior. And now we'll just do one of each. Come all the way to the earth, touch down, and then center. Inhale. Exhale to side angle, forearm to the thigh. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle, touch the earth. Inhale, center. Move stealthily, slowly, with ease and grace. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, side angle. Coming center, inhale, keep the breath steady. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, touch down, side angle. Inhale, center. Exhale, one more time through. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Last one to the right. Inhale, side angle. Reverse the warrior. That's the inhale. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, come center here. Extend the arms straight out to the side, parallel feet. Inhale, exhale, hands to the base of the spine. Interlace the fingers and draw the knuckles straight back. You reach the heart forward. Your gaze is forward. And then give a little micro bend in the knees. Make sure they don't bend inward awkwardly, but that you pull the thighs wide. And then we'll take it in a drop position. Head towards the floor. Stay with it. You can take the arms a little more overhead if they're willing. Full breath in, full breath out. Another option is to bring the hands to the floor. Full breath in, full breath out. Ooh, see, it took about 5 breaths for my head to get to the floor because the tension build up in the back of the legs from seated position all day. Definitely at play there. So give yourself some space, time, room, breath to grow into the pose. Inhale, let's lift halfway so we get an extension through the spine. We're going to spin it to the right. So root down with the left hand. Take the right hand from shoulder to shoulder and all the way up to the sky. So it looks like the hand is at 12 o'clock and the other arm is at 6 o'clock. Wide angle, forward fold with a twist. And replant the right hand to the floor directly under the nose. Bend the knees, flat through the back. And exhale, straighten the legs, root down, and reach the left arm to the sky. Oh, that's a lot of inner thigh work. CrossFit this morning doesn't help that. There's a lot of tension buildup after CrossFit. This feels really yummy. Just bring your left hand to the floor, turn the toes out. Walk your hands back slightly, and then we'll bend the right knee. So coming into Skandasana, elbow to the thigh. Now you do not need to bring the hips all the way to the floor, and neither do you need to lift the knee up. When you lift the knee up and try to get a little lower, all that's happening here is that we're pushing into the knee joint. So let's keep the feet flat, foot flat on the earth, and just concentrate on opening the inner thigh of the straight leg. And come to center and switch sides. Again, the concentrated effort on the inner thigh opening requires a little bit of intent on the part of the straight leg. So push the heel down and pull back towards the center line. Inhale, center, and let's go to the first side. Exhale, inhale, center, second side, to the left. Inhale, and then if you'd like, the arms can come out, and you just go side to side with the breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, up, exhale, side. Last one here, hold to the left, spin the torso around so you're now in a low lunge, and step your left leg back to meet your right in a downward facing dog. We'll come forward into a high plank position, knees to the earth, chest and chin. It's called Ashtangasana. Inhale, low cobra. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Toes turn on, lift the hips high and press the heels to the floor. Pause here and pedal the feet, maybe in a walk dog position, one and then the other. Then we're going to break down that Ashtangasana pose. I'm going to have you come into a high plank and then just drop the right knee to the floor. Keep the left leg extended. I'm going to shift it forward and back a little bit here. Some ankle rotation. Sweep it out to the side and press the hips to the heel. Hold. Full breath in, full breath out. So we get to stretch the inner thigh, maybe one more breath. And bring it back to your hands and knees position. Extend the left leg all the way back. And hamstring curl here. Exhale. Inhale, extension. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extension. Exhale, curl. What we've been working on is keeping the ribs in, so we're not in collapse mode. That's collapse. So pull the ribs up, hold the belly firm, extend the leg, keep that belly firm, and then bend the elbows and aim the chest straight for that visible line from thumb to thumb. So if we draw an invisible line, that's where we're going to land. And then release the leg. Inhale, low cobra. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Rib anchor, ribs towards the hip. Even in downward facing dog, we could do that. Lengthen the back. Press the heels to the floor. If you're having a hard time with the hamstrings, open the stance a little bit. Come a little bit more wide. Bend the knees, and then you can straighten the back to a little more high apex where the hip sit bones are towards the ceiling. Just pause for a moment. And this excellent upward, upside down posture. It's considered an inversion. Definitely getting the blood to move differently through the body, the fluids. And then from here, step the feet together again. Bring your right leg up to the sky and then step through. In a low lunge, we're going to push off And bring the other leg forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way to standing. Arms sweep up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. And we're going to play with that a little bit to the other side. Let's do a parallel circle, the arms. Hands come down and around. Over to your right side. Let's take a nice sweeping side flexion motion, half moon. Inhale, center, and then over, half moon to the left. Inhale, center, half moon to the back wall. Exhale, inhale, center, and exhale, take a forward fold. This time, step your left leg all the way back. We're going to come into a high lunge, crescent lunge, high crescent lunge. There we go. Arms out wide. And the inhale, opening the shoulders a little bit more. We're going to spin it to the right. So the arms are open. Spin to the right, come back to center. Spin to the left. Don't move the feet. Come back to center. Use your right oblique. Spin to the right and hold. Bring your right arm all the way around to your left thigh. Okay. And then rotate the shoulders and chest to the sky. Reach upward. Keep a strong back leg. Whole front body opening. Helpful. Really good. Helpful for the digestion too. Exhale, plant the hand in front, left hand to the floor, right arm to the sky. And now we're in the full twisting low lunge. Yeah. I'm going to bring the left elbow against the right thigh and pancake the hands together here. From here, open it up into warrior two. So we'll spin the back heel to the floor, circle the arms around. And now we're on the right leg, warrior two here. Hands behind the base of the spine. Lace the fingers and drop the knuckles down. And take a drop in the torso for humble warrior. The legs still maintain their integrity at 90-degree angles to each other. Right knee directly over the second and third toe of the right foot. Holding, strengthening. Then bring the shoulder right onto the thigh and open to the side wall. We're going to lower the right arm behind the right foot. Raise the left arm to the sky. Inhale, pull it all the way back up into warrior two. And reverse the warrior. Straighten the front leg. That feels pretty good. Reach forward, Trikonasana. A nice extension and break for the legs. Since we've been working them pretty hard. Bring your top hand to the floor and step all the way back in a downward facing dog fashion. Inhale, bring the knees to the floor. And take the right leg all the way back, forward and back with the heel. Sweeping motion over to the side, sit the hips back to the heel and stretch the inner thigh. The more you press down through the right foot, the more open you'll get, more sensation you might feel in that inner leg. One more breath. Moving back onto the hands and knees, sweep the right leg around, hip height, and then hamstring curl. As you hamstring curl, you'll want to dip in the ribs, so pull up. Make sure the back is nice and supported. Inhale, extend the leg, exhale, hamstring curl. So nothing changes in the torso. It remains super tight. Hamstring curl and then extend. One more. Pull the ribs in strong and then shift forward. You're going to bend the elbows, aim mid-chest to that invisible string between the thumbs. And then we'll bend the left foot to match the right thigh. Take a full breath in, pull the ribs in, and then release into low cobra. Doesn't have to be very high. And back into downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left leg and step all the way through. Low lunge, high crescent lunge, arms overhead, and then exhale out to the side. So we'll keep the back heel elevated. Somewhere right in between a pointed toe and a flexed foot, 90-degree angle in the back ankle, angle of the back ankle. That's a hard one to say. So arms out straight, and we're going to twist it to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. You're using that right oblique to move yourself from center and come back. Twist to the left. Left hand circles to the right leg, square the shoulders, and then take it up. I like to really think of lifting the back thigh up towards the sky, and that energy pulling out through the heel, not the heel trying to get down. Keep it strong and lifted. Into low lunge. Twist with a twist, right hand to the floor, left arm to the sky. And if you'd like, you could pick up the right hand, cross it over the left knee, and pancake the hands together. So end up in a twisting prayer position. One more breath. And then reverse the action into warrior two, spinning the back heel, and now I'm facing you again. Perfect. Hands behind the base of the spine, interlace the fingers, and drop the knuckles down. Whichever thumb you had over first, let's swap the thumb that's on top. And you bow forward, humble warrior style, lifting through the ribs, abs, low belly, super strong. 3 deep breaths here. And we're just hovering. So there's the legs are really holding you up in this position. Then we're going to drop the left shoulder to left thigh. Now we have a little more support. Left hand behind the ankle. Now we've got the arm to support, and the right arm reaches up. You catch your breath and your bearings, push down through the feet. Inhale, rise all the way up through warrior two, reverse action, and straighten the front leg. And come through vertical, triangle pose again. Last time through, you can do it. Inhale and exhale, full expression. Let the breath move all the way through the torso. You feel like you're expanding and then contracting. Bring both hands to the floor, bend the front knee, and step all the way back into downward facing dog. Inhale on top of a push-up. This time we'll do Ashtangasana, so knees, chest and chin to the earth. Inhale, low cobra. So an alternate for that would just be chaturanga. If you don't care for the Ashtangasana, or you feel like you want to break from it, let's come into child's pose. Press the hips back. Take a deep breath into the back body. Nice expansion. Ribs and the hip and across the back. Full breath in, full breath out. You're still sitting on the heels. Walk your hands back towards your feet. We'll do a little exercise in more opening through the shoulder, and then we'll come to the belly for a moment. So hands behind the feet in Vajrasana. It's called Thunderbolt Pose, where you're sitting on the heels. Do what's comfortable. Again, if this is too much weight bearing on the knee, or the knee feels constricted in any way, let's bring a block underneath the hip. That works. So fingertips behind the heels or on blocks. Lift the sternum to the sky. Take a full breath in with extension. And exhale, bring the hands together at heart center. And we're going to lean slightly forward so the weight starts to lift. You push down through the shin, arms come overhead, taking a breath in. Exhale, bow forward. The hands to the mat. Inhale, slide through like you're going to go into low cobra. You're going to pass that right up, into Ashtangasana, pass right through to low cobra and then back, hips to heels again, and we'll repeat that. Inhale, vertical alignment through the spine, hands behind the feet. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, arms sweep up. Around, exhale, bow forward. Inhale, slide or glide through. Exhale, back into child's pose. Let's just do it twice more so you get the hang of it. Inhale, you open through the heart and chest. Pull the ribs in. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep the ribs strong. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, bow forward. Ribs in. As you slide along the surface of the mat into low cobra and back into child's pose. Last time through. Inhale. Heart lift, exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bow. Inhale, slide or glide through low cobra. And exhale, hands and knees. Just pause right here, hands and knees. Get some motion. Shift the right leg to the side, kickstand the left, and come into a side angle or side plank. A variation on side plank. We're going to move this through a couple of different iterations. So we'll bring the back leg forward in front of the left knee. So the foot's still facing out. You're going to shift the weight. So it's in one foot, one hand, and then shoot the left leg all the way back edge of your mat. Now we're in the second engagement of side plank. And a third engagement of side plank is to stack right foot on top of left ankle. So you can choose between any of those three progressions. Make sure the shoulder blades are snug on the back so the heart's open. Make sure the ribs anchored here and you got a strong core. Pads of the fingers pressing into the floor, especially on the left side, right? Because your right hand's in the sky. And we're gonna face the ground, coming into a plank. Lift the right leg, inhale. Exhale, come into swan dive. So we're putting this together. Left knee to the earth, chest and chin. Hold, ribs in, arms out. 2, shoulders back. 1 more breath. You could keep the hands on the floor. Inhale into upward facing dog. And exhale. Back onto hands and knees. Take a little motion. Side to side. Let's come back. Rotate through the wrist in a kneeling position. Give your wrists a little love here. Because that's a lot on the wrist. And we're not sure if you have the strength yet, right, in your forearm. My forearm's feeling pretty beefy right now. And the way to get the forearm to act or to take action is to push the finger pads into the floor. That will keep you out of your wrist if you've had that issue. Left leg back. Let's come into side angle to the second side here. And this isn't one progression. You can stay here. You could bring the hand to the waist. The options are endless. And this is a great way to support and strengthen the shoulder girdle on the back side. So the upper back, great way to support and strengthen the arm. And if you want to go a little bit further, left leg comes forward or make this a little more challenging. Right leg extends back. And there's a second option for side plank. Third option, bring the ankles together so they're stacked and you're in actually side plank. And from here, you could raise a leg, anything that feels good to you today. Keep the hip away from the floor, so no sinking. I'm going to lift it, keep it high. Fingers pressing into the floor. And then come back into a downward facing dog gently. Lift the left leg, inhale. Dive forward in a swan dive. So you bring your right knee to the floor, chest and chin, kickstand, and hold. If you like, you can float the arms out like wings. And replace. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, into a downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward. Lower all the way to the earth, chaturanga style. And forehead tops the feet all the way down. Extend the arms out to the side. And keep a straight arm. Lift the left leg, bend the knee, and then roll to your right. So you're looking to the left. Left arm is going to command, that's your support vehicle. Left foot behind. So here, the foot is all the way behind. If you'd like, you can take a hold of the leg and stretch the quad. This is another good stretch for the shoulder. And release it, come back to center. And take the hips. Arms come out straight again, and we'll do that same thing to the other side. The right leg lifts, bend the knee. And you're gonna roll, keeping your left leg arm straight out. I'm rolling right onto my receiver here. So I'm a little bit further rolled. Right hand comes in a little bit for support, and your left shoulder gets the stretch, the openness. That's what we're aiming for. Two more breaths. One more. And then pull back onto the belly. Bending your left knee, catch the foot, and let's take this into a quad stretch. So nice, easy quad stretch is keeping the top of the knee down and then tucking the tailbone. If that's not enough, you can bring your forearm underneath. And really press down on the top of the foot. So that gives me a deeper stretch. So release that side and go to the second side. Right leg in, heel to the glute. Rest your forehead on the forearm. There's a lot going on here. Most importantly, it's just opening up that front quad. And if it takes a little bit more effort by raising up the torso in order to deepen that stretch, go for it. And then release gently. Rock the hips back and forth. And now that we're open in the whole front side of the body, we're actually going to take bow pose today. So that's both feet to the sky, bending both knees, and then the hands are going to wrap around the top of the foot, top of the foot. You're going to keep the forehead on the floor this first time through, and then tuck the tailbone, rib anchor. So you're going to push the belly into the mat. Inhale, lift the legs off the ground, keep the forehead down. Exhale, kick a little higher. Inhale, raise. Exhale, kick a little bit higher. Inhale, torso, stretch the shoulders. Exhale, kick up. And one more breath. And then release. And take the feet out. Shake the hips. Don't notice where your feet are landing. If they're wider than your mat, it's possible that you're not using the inner thighs to hold that together. So we'll take a look at that the second time through. Bend your knees, clasp the ankle. Anchor the thighs to the floor. Inhale, root down, belly lifts, exhale, press the feet back. So this time you're going to try to lift the torso and keep the thighs down. Big breath in, exhale, take it back a little further. Inhale, keep kicking back, full strength. You can hold it, that grip is strong. Inner thighs engaged. Don't let your knees roll out. Inner thighs engaged. One more breath. And then release to the floor. Okay. And shake the hips side to side. Whew. It looks easier than it really is. It takes a lot of energy. Those heart openers do. Back's working quite a bit. A lot of effort. Bring the palms together. Elbows underneath. So looks like we're coming into Sphinx, but we're not. We're going to drop the chin. Toes turn under. Lift the belly off the ground and come into plank. If that is in your low back, I want you to come all the way up. Release the back. And then come back in with your belly firmly engaged. So you come back in a different way, a little less intense on the back. We straighten the right leg, lifting the knee. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left. It straightens, but doesn't lift. The knee comes off, the foot stays where it is. And then bend the knee and it comes back to the earth. Inhale, right knee lifts. Toe stays down. Exhale, bend and lower. Touch down lightly. Alternate left and lower and right. We're good. Keep a firm belly. We're here for 30, maybe 40, maybe 50 seconds, maybe a full minute. Alternating. And of course, if you're feeling it in your low back or you're out of breath, take a break. Both knees come off the ground. If you're in your low back, your belly's done, right? It's saying, I can't do it anymore. So if that's the case, come to the earth. Okay. If you feel like you still have a little bit in the belly, you can contribute. Stay in a full plank, lifting the knees. Count 10, 9, 8, hold fast, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, you got it, 2, and 1. Tuck the knees under and press back into puppy pose. That's a lot on the whole body. Definitely feeling it. Also, very supportive. Prep for a headstand, which we're not going to do today. Maybe another day. Let's bring the feet around. We're in a seated position, and let's just go all the way onto the back. For now, I want to release the belly. Bring the knees into the chest, rock side to side. You feel a little less intense. Full breath in, full breath out. Let's roll the head side to side. Keep your right knee into the chest, extend the left leg, and go through a really quick stretch for the legs and the low back. This is great for your spine as you're stretching left leg forward, thighs down, right knee to the towards your shoulder. Extend the right leg to the sky and keep your left foot charged, toe pointing up. Bring the shin towards the forehead, forehead to shin, right leg. I'm going to just take about 2, maybe 3 breaths each posture. And then the right leg goes out to the side, and diagonal, full inner thigh stretch. You might be feeling that quite intensely. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh and turn this into Sukhi Randrasana. We can stretch the hip out a little bit. That for me is quite intense on the right hip. We're going to take it 3 breaths here. And then unclasp the right hand. Let's bring the right knees to over the left knee, if that's possible, or you can just keep it where you had it. So Gomukhasana, supine on the back. 3 breaths here. And then bring the feet to the floor and drop over to the left side. Important note, or uncross them and use a block in between these. If they're crossed, make sure they're landing on something. And you're not straining the back, we're actually stretching it, and you want it to release, not hold fast or strain. Watch that very carefully. There's kind of this fine line between what's helpful for our body, and you've probably done this, gone out for a bike ride or a run when you haven't gone for some time, and you overdo it, and then you feel like you've injured a knee or you've tweaked a back or something like that. It's about listening to your body and not pushing too hard, too fast, too soon. And listening when our body needs a rest. Let's take it on the other side. Left knee into the chest, right leg extends, and then extend the left leg upward. Shin to forehead, forehead to shin. Keep rooting down through the right leg. So your steady leg here is going to be the anchor. If you choose to bend the knee, bend it so the foot is the anchor. Yeah. And then take the leg out to the side. Make sure the neck is relaxed, the whole torso is flat to the mat. And we'll take it into the eye of the needle, Sukhi Randrasana. Cross right ankle over left. No, left ankle over right. And thread your arm through to clasp the back side of the leg. Shoulders relaxed, head relaxed. Across at the knees and take it into Gomukhasana. So full, hip release. That is awesome. It's also great for digestion. Hopefully you guys are coming to this class on a somewhat empty stomach. Eat dinner after, and a small dinner at that. It's almost bedtime, where you're going to eat a little bit earlier, like 5 o'clock-ish. So you've got some time to digest. Just bring the feet back to the earth and drop the knees over. Enjoy the beautiful twilight of the day. We're turning into the fading into nighttime. A beautiful end to a beautiful day. What are you determined in these next few months to step into? Unlock that energy, the vibrancy, the urgency even of living full out with determination, passion, and a little bit of structure. Let's come to Shavasana. Full integration pose. Full releasing the full body into the mat. We'll be here for just a couple minutes. Release and relax the head, the jaw, the eyebrows, the cheekbones. Relax the face. Relax your neck. Release and broaden through the shoulders. Let them melt into the floor. From shoulder all the way out to the wrist and the hands. Releasing and relaxing the arm. And let go of any tension in the shoulder, torso area, belly and hips. Relaxing through the thighs and the calves, all the way down to the feet. Take a full body scan, relax any area that has some tension left over, or just relax a little deeper. The intention is to let go of holding on to anything. As you deepen your next inhalation, let it be followed by a deep exhalation. You're sending and expanding the breath through the body. Open the arms overhead. Take a full body extension, breathing in, breathing out. Knees to the chest, roll to one side. Coming into a side lying position. Sometimes we refer to this as fetal position because that's the position we see babies in most often, knees curled up. And then when you're ready, come to seated posture on your mat, legs crossed. Hands up, and let's bring our palms up, wrists to the knee, touch the thumb and the middle finger together, Akash, creating a little balance with our space. Breathe in, breathe out. Noticing how you feel. And bring the hands to the ground, the earth. She's in full springtime motion. The energy is rolling, the kinetic energy. Feel that potential. The energy in potential is what we have inside. It's been incubating all winter long, and it's really ready to burst open. So how we manage that energy or channel it is the challenge at this time. Channel it into purposefulness, what energizes you, what and here's a clue. What is a win for someone in your life is also a win for you. Make it a win-win situation in your work, in your play, in your career, in your relationships. Always, always looking forward in this next 3 months. What are you springing forth to present? And bring your hands, the heart center, give that a little thought. We'll end with the mantra, Ganesha mantra, Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Om. Namaste.